and how we looked like a team. It was more or less a shambles. But I've said too many times this year as well, we're not that group anymore.
I won't ask you about this one player, because we ask you about him every press conference. How's Jesse? How the rest of those you expecting?
Yeah, I'm not sure Jesse, but I hope Jesse will. He wasn't training today, so we'll check him on Saturday probably. He's really come good now. He's been fit. He's been training well, so we hope so. And as I said, next week Eric will start training. Tim will start training. Paul will probably start training next week with us properly. So let's see.
Ole, how much momentum do you feel like you've built up over this last week, and how important is it now to keep it going with, like you said, so many matches coming in such a short space of time? Because that can make a massive difference to the league table, can't it?
It's a vital period for us, of course, and home games we want to get points in. I know Everton, they've had a big upturns with Big Dunk last week, and I watched the game, and it was. It's a team that's going to come here and make it hard for us, but we need to keep carrying on. We're too far behind, so we need to, as you say, just carry this momentum going. And last week was good, but we need to. It's history now. It's the next one.
Does it give you some insight that this time last year you were a legend walking into a dressing room and you got an upturn that's happened saying that Everton were Duncan Ferguson?
We lost quite clearly against Everton last year. I think we've spoke enough about what happened that day and how we looked like a team. It was more or less a shambles. But I've said too many times this year as well, we're not that group anymore. This is a different group. This is a group that's ready for the fight and is ready for the football.
Many of the players are still the same.
Yeah, but it's mentality sometimes is strange to explain. But the mood in the camp is different, definitely.
Since you came in and had that great start, Everton have hired Duncan Ferguson, Arsenal have hired Freddie Lundberg, Chelsea have hired Frank Lampard. Do you feel like you've triggered something?
Yeah, I can see where you're going. I don't know. It's about Duncan. He knows Everton. Frank knows Chelsea. Frederick's been at Arsenal. He knows Arsenal well. I know this club well. And I don't know how other clubs think, but I know that we have traditions that we need to keep, and we need to stick to them, and we need to stick to the values of the club. And probably others might start thinking the same.
Top four doesn't seem so ridiculous now as it did.
It's never been ridiculous.
At times it looks it a little bit.
It's never ridiculous in October or November because this club has never ever won the league by then. And yeah, we're not talking about winning the league now, but I've said all along that this group needs time. We need to develop as a group and a team, but we are gonna, because they have the right attitude.
Do you believe now? Like say you never thought it was gone, but given the Chelsea's results in recent weeks and your results, you are now a lot closer.
I don't think about it in December, not at all. There's too many games in December, January, February, March, April. You can't start looking at the result and outcome. We just need to keep doing what we're doing and keep developing this team, keep sticking to what we believe in, improving day by day. And I believe then that the result will come.
What would you give Ferguson in terms of advice? Now he's come in and obviously it's been pointed out, another legend that's coming.
Play his second team against us. Play his reserves.
But apart from that, you know what it's like to make that shift, if you like. I know he's been at the club already, but what do you think, as the character that he is, that he's kind of going to bring to them? What would you say to him?
Just be himself. That's if you try to be someone else, you're going to get found out anyway in the end. That's what I've always tried to be, myself, and I'm sure Big Dunk is the same. He was 100% action and passion as a player, and I'm sure he's the same as a coach and a manager. Sorry. Start there. Yeah. Sorry.
Last season you said it looked like recently that some of the players weren't trying. Have players changed your mind, or has it been just a mentality shift? Or, I think Romney's the only player who's been sold from that team.
Yeah,
So some players on borrowed time, or is it just?
It's the group is going in the right direction now, and they've got a chance every single day in training, but there won't be any leeway, and it hasn't been. So you don't play here if you don't want to go in the same direction as the majority of the group or the whole group. So if you're the one or two odd men out, then you'd probably know.
A couple of weeks ago, Ole, you spoke about the difficulty of bringing in players in January that are long-term signings. You sounded a bit more optimistic when you spoke about it right now. Has anything changed?
I didn't say January, did I? I said going forward, we're always going to, the targets that we're looking at, they're long-term targets. But if there's something popping up that might be just as a short-term, maybe, but we're always thinking long-term. But January is always a difficult one, but we're always on the lookout.
Okay, last question from Simon.
Obviously, it's the 4,000th game. You spoke about traditions and values earlier.
I don't have enough players not to play an academy player, so yeah, we will.
But can you just talk about what a landmark that is? And I mean, it stretches back to 1937. You've been part of the squad as a player now.
Since 37. Yeah, no, it's something we're proud of. It's in our DNA. This club is built on having your own local lads or your academy players coming through, and we pride ourselves on that. And you can see today, the academy players, they know what it means, and they're good people. That's the first thing. They're great people. Everyone that goes through this academy, and they're good players as well. And they know what it takes to be a Man United player, and that just goes. So Mason, for example, I actually do remember when I met him the first time, because my son was training at the Cliff as an 8-year-old. Mason was 7. First time I saw him, he stood out, and I took a picture with him, and he's now here. So it's just what we do.
Did you ask him for that picture, or do you remember that?
His dad, when he mentioned it, and I do remember the kid, because I remember talking to Noah about that. So when he signed his contract, we had a little nice memory. Yeah.
Did you ask him for the picture, or did he ask you?
I asked him because I knew he was going to be a player.
Have you still got a picture of it?
He has probably got it. His dad has probably got it.